We got one more thing. You really did some heavy research on this is the most boring weekend in track and field.
Yeah, so on Sunday, I was thinking, like, what happened? We're putting together to run a show, and I was like, nothing happened. What are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
There's nothing to talk about. We found out that we could talk about Bowerman for 45 minutes is what we just did. But I asked ChatGPT, GPT, hey, the FloTrack podcast needs to do a podcast where nothing happened over the weekend in track and field.
Yeah.
Please write us a script and we will read it. And so this is a script that, for people who don't know, ChatGPT is this AI thing where you can ask it anything and it outputs whatever you want. Mm-hmm. It's kind of wild. I've been addicted to it for the past few weeks. And so I asked ChatGPT, write a FloTrack podcast script reacting to a weekend where nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so, without further ado, here we go. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the FloTrack podcast. I'm Gordon Mack, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Kevin Sully. How's it going, Kevin?
It's going well, Gordon. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. So let's get right into it. This past weekend, there was nothing.
Yeah, that's right, Gordon. There was absolutely nothing interesting that happened in the track and field world this weekend.
It's funny because normally we have so much to talk about, but this weekend was just dead. No major competitions, no major performances, nothing.
Yeah, it's definitely a rarity in our world, but I guess it gives us a chance to talk about some other things.
Like what, Kevin?
Well, we could talk about some of the upcoming competitions and what we're looking forward to seeing.
That's a good idea. I'm personally excited about the Diamond League season starting soon. We got some big names competing this year like Noah Lyles, Carson Warholm, and Safan Hassan.
Definitely. And don't forget about the World Championships next year.
ChatGPT screwed that one up.
There's always something to look forward to in this sport, even if there's a lull in the action.
Absolutely. And speaking of looking forward, let's take a quick peek at our crystal ball and make some predictions for the rest of the year. Kevin, who do you think is going to make a big breakthrough this season?
That's a tough one, but if I had to pick one athlete, I'd say Donovan Brazier in the 800. He's been on the cusp of something special for a while now, and I think this could be the year he really breaks through.
That's a great pick, Kevin. And for my prediction, I'm going with Sydney McLaughlin in the 400-meter hurdles. She's already one of the best in the world, but I think she's going to set a new world record this year.
Bold prediction, Gordon, but I like it.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, I think that's all the time we have for today. Even though there wasn't anything interesting to react to this weekend, it was still fun chatting with you.
Likewise, Gordon. And to all our listeners out there, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week with more track and field news and analysis. Until then, keep on running.
I think we need to make this an annual, a weekly segment where we ask ChatGPT to kind of write a segment for us.
Well, it was wrong about a lot.
Yeah, it didn't know that Worlds was this year. It said next year. They thought Donovan Brazier
Was on the
cusp. I mean, technically he's on the cusp of getting out of injury.
That's true.
And they
That's
called
true.
Sydney McLaughlin. She's already one of the best in the world. Well, she is the best in the
And
world.
I called that a bold prediction that she'd break the world record,
Yeah,
which
it's not bold.
Not bold at all.
Not bold. And they said that our tag is keep on running.
Yeah. What did you feed them? Did you feed them information about any of this?
All I said was write a script for the FloTrack podcast where nothing happened the previous weekend to react to. And this is what it knew our names.
It was really big on nothing.
Yeah.
It kept saying nothing.
Yeah.
There was nothing.
But in fact, also, it said that I opened the pod. It started with Gordon and not you. I kind of screwed that one up because you always open the pod.
Yeah. I mean, it was off on a lot of things.
But it's also kind of like...
It was in a funny way, though.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sneak in a ChatGPT take within the next 6 podcasts. All right? And I'm not going to tell you that this was a ChatGPT take, but you have to flag it when you hear it.
Okay.
If I can go through, it's going to happen one of the 6 podcasts. If you successfully call me out, it's like, that's a ChatGPT, then you win.
Okay.
If you call something ChatGPT and it wasn't, it was just Gordon,
Yeah.
then you lose.
All right. I'll be able to tell because you'll be looking down at your computer.
No, I'm going to have it memorized.
How is it going to be an extended take or just something?
It's going to be like 2 sentences.
Oh, wow. That's really hard. I'm going to have to really listen to what
Yeah,
you're
it
saying.
makes you pay attention to me.
Yeah, this is tough.
But yeah, if you have successfully discovered what was the ChatGPT,
Yeah.
I buy you dinner.
Okay.
If you don't, you buy me dinner.
Until then, Gordon, keep on running.